Hi guys, Harry here, and welcome to my breakdown of the Doctor Who trailer, Doctor Who Returns in 2023. Yes, that is the name of the trailer. Of course, this is going over the small bit of footage we got going over the 3 specials that David Tennant's 14th Doctor has, of course, when he returns next year with, of course, Catherine Tate reprising her role as Donna Noble. We see Neil Patrick Harris as the Celestial Toymaker, and even Ncuti Gatwa as the 15th Doctor. Now, I know this breakdown was supposed to come out earlier, but a lot of stuff happened with my editing software and other stuff that I had to deal with just everyday life. But with all that out of the way, before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe, also leave a like and comment down below, and let's get into the video.
I don't know who I am anymore.
So the trailer starts with the TARDIS landing in this alleyway, kind of, and of course this is the same alleyway we've seen in some leaked set footage. Of course, we haven't had a good look at it, so this is the first proper look of it. And the TARDIS is actually Jodie's TARDIS, so that's kind of, well, it's kind of weird that there's not a new TARDIS. Maybe the interior is different. Maybe we're going back to the kind of coral setting that was inside the 9th and 10th Doctor's TARDIS. But it's weird that the outside is Jodie's TARDIS, and they have been dismantling the inside. But I think it would be pretty hard if we didn't see like the inside of the TARDIS. So maybe there are a few shots in the TARDIS, and it's all Jodie's TARDIS interior before they dismantled it. Or maybe it's a completely new TARDIS interior that they've somehow kept under wraps. I think it's just cool that it's still Jodie's TARDIS on the outside. Of course, David Tennant's 14th Doctor is only returning for 3 specials, so I don't know if they'd want to completely redesign the TARDIS. Maybe they're saving it for when Ncuti finally, of course, gets his full series. And we see David Tennant's 14th Doctor lean out the TARDIS, and he's looking kind of shocked, like not knowing what's going on around him. Maybe this is completely after his regeneration from, of course, Jodie Whittaker's 13th Doctor. Maybe he's shocked that, you know, he's David Tennant again. As, of course, his clothes change with the regeneration, he's kind of looking shocked. It doesn't look like he has any companions with him, although we can't see into the back of his TARDIS because it is completely black. So maybe it is a completely different interior to the TARDIS, because normally when they open the TARDIS doors, even a little bit, you can kind of see the interior in the background, but it looks like it's been completely blacked out. So maybe that was just, you know, they didn't add any CGI of the effects later on, like they haven't added it, they're doing it later, or maybe they decided to take that out as they had done that, but they didn't want to spoil the interior of the TARDIS. But I think what is more important is that what David Tennant's 14th Doctor says. He says, "I don't know who I am anymore." And of course, this is a really big thing for the Doctor, because this is the 10th Doctor, remember? Well, this is David Tennant's Doctor. This is the same face that went through the Time Lord Victorious when he fixed a fixed point in time back in the waters of Mars, and even expanded on the Time Lord Victorious. There had to be 2 past incarnations, the 8th Doctor and the 9th Doctor, in this book, and even in an audio, I think by Big Finish, the 8th Doctor had to stop him again becoming Time Lord Victorious when he decided to challenge death and decided to fix death so no one could die anymore. And that was David Tennant's Doctor. That was the 10th Doctor. He went Time Lord Victorious. One of the worst things that the Time Lords could ever do, as of course it's a fixed point in time, and Time Lords are not allowed to meddle in those under any circumstances. And another big thing that happened with the 10th Doctor that would really tie into this episode is a meta-crisis Doctor. He had a Meta-Crisis version of himself after he kind of regenerated into himself, and out of that hand that the regeneration energy went into, it grew a different version of the Doctor, a Meta-Crisis one, and it even backed into Donna's mind. So there were 3 versions of the Doctor. There was the 10th Doctor, there was the Meta-Crisis Doctor, and there was the Dr. Donna. Of course, this is a massive thing, as the 10th Doctor, in his own words, described the Meta-Crisis Doctor as, "You, the Meta-Crisis Doctor, were born in battle, full of blood and anger and revenge." And the 10th Doctor compared that Meta-Crisis Doctor to himself not long after the Time War, just before he came into contact with Rose, and he says, "And you fixed me, Rose, you made me better." Of course, that is a really big thing. After the Time War, we know from the War Doctor that he didn't even want to call himself the Doctor, and now we know that time has passed, of course, because the 9th Doctor did call himself the Doctor, and of course with all the Big Finish audio dramas with the 9th Doctor now, we know that he had a time gap between the end of the Time War, where we saw the War Doctor wherever he went, and of course the 9th Doctor pick up back from it, where we saw him first of all in 2005 in Rose. And the Time War might not even be the biggest hindrance for David Tennant's Doctor. Of course, yes, he lost his whole planet, and he lost the Time Lords, and he lost his friends in there, but they all came back at some point later in his life. However, he kind of lost a lot of his friends and companions throughout the 10th Doctor's era. Of course, he lost Rose, Martha and Donna. They all Rose got trapped in a parallel world. Martha decided that she would rather leave the Doctor. Donna had her memory wiped. She doesn't even know the Doctor anymore. And also, I mean, you can see at the end of Journey's End how heavy this has weighed on the Doctor, because he lost other companions as well. He lost Sarah Jane Smith in School Reunion and Journey's End as well. Of course, Sarah Jane decided to go back to her life. He lost Captain Jack. I mean, he's seen Captain Jack died so many times. He can't fix him, make him not immortal anymore. He might have even seen him die for real, with Captain Jack, of course, being the face of Bo, and him and the 10th Doctor seeing the face of Bo die. And, of course, Jack has decided to go back to his life with Torchwood. And also, he even saw the Master die. And, of course, the 10th Doctor had a really strong connection to the Master. This is probably the biggest friendship we've seen between them, rather than Missy's redemption arc. Of course, that was a big turning point with the 12th Doctor. But David Tennant's 10th Doctor always had more heart. So even losing the Master was a big toll on him as well. And also, including again the Meta-Crisis Doctor, he felt responsible for the genocide of all the Daleks, including Dalek Khan and the Supreme Dalek and Davros as well. And he carried that burden with him, and of course he carries the burden as well of losing his first kind of love interest, Rose, of course, being trapped in a parallel universe. So I don't know who I am anymore is massive for this version of the Doctor. Then we see Neil Patrick Harris waving creepily at probably David Tennant's 14th Doctor. Of course, is rumoured or confirmed that Neil Patrick Harris is playing the Celestial Toymaker. Of course, he is going to be the big villain in these 3 specials. And, of course, he is probably controlling all these people that are running around crazy all around the Doctor, and, of course, Neil Patrick Harris as well. He's probably pulling the strings, because there's some weird ones. There's, some looting, some just normal fighting. There's even dancing that we've seen in leaked set photos. We've even seen dancing between the 14th Doctor and the Celestial Toymaker as well. So Neil Patrick Harris's Celestial Toymaker is obviously controlling all these people running around them in some way, shape or form.
Someone tell me what the hell is going on here?
And then we see the first scene, the first official scene of David Tennant's 14th Doctor and Catherine Tate's Donna Noble. I mean, this is crazy. This is the first official scene we see them together, and it seems to be in like kind of like this spaceship, like kind of I don't know, it's like some sort of spacecraft or something. And there's a triangle symbol on the glass that the 14th Doctor kind of crawls under, and all I can think of what it looks like is the little 3D triangle cube from Flux, specifically the episode Once Upon Time, that I think she trapped the passenger in, or the Maury in, and let it out to destroy the Ravagers. Flux was kind of confusing, but yeah, it looks like that. However, I don't think Russell T Davies would bring up stuff from Flux, but I have never seen that that symbol in Doctor Who before. Maybe I'm missing something. Let me know down in the comments below if you have seen this symbol before in Doctor Who, where you've seen it before. But maybe this is just a completely new spacecraft. And then we see Donna, and she's in this hallway, and she looks like she's screaming, maybe. So maybe she's remembering her time with the Doctor. Of course, this is David Tennant's face, which would make her link with the Doctor, as of course she would recognise David Tennant's face. But if she saw another Doctor, it wouldn't trigger anything. But maybe she's seen this 14th Doctor, and she's remembering her time, of course, travelling in time and space with the Doctor, which, again, would make her mind burn. We've got to remember that her mind was wiped, and if she ever remembered the Doctor again, her mind would burn. So, how is Donna in this incorporate into this story? It's really, well, it's pivotal to know that she would die if she ever remembered the Doctor again. And speaking of hallways, we see David Tennant's 14th Doctor running down this hallway, and what I think it kind of looks like is the hotel setting in the God Complex. That was like a hotel hallway with lights and lots of doors like it is in this hallway. So maybe there's something to do with the God Complex. I mean, this was the Doctor's biggest fear that we saw in this room. Everyone had their biggest fear, including the Doctor. And the Doctor could, again, be living through his greatest fear in this incarnation. And then in the second last shot we see, I think, this unit truck flip over and crash a car. And there seems to be another unit truck like to the right in the background of this scene, and where this unit truck flips, there seems to be something white on the floor, so maybe this is why the truck flipped. I don't know whether it's something prepared by the Wrath Warriors or Beep the Meep, because of course this seems to be in the same kind of setting that we saw the Wrath Warriors and Beep the Meep. So maybe this is the storyline in one of these specials where either the Wrath Warriors or Beep the Meep are, and UNIT are there to stop them. I would probably say more the Wrath Warriors, because of course Beep the Meep kind of manipulates the Doctor into the Doctor helping him, as of course Beep the Meep uses his kind of cute appearance to convince the Doctor to do something evil, so Beep the Meep can take over the world. So maybe UNIT are there to stop the Wrath Warriors. Maybe they're a little bit too late, or maybe the Wrath Warriors are just CGI'd out. And then we see Ncuti Gatwa for the first time in an official, like, Doctor Who episode type thing, and he says, "Someone tell me what the hell is going on here." And yeah, well, Ncuti, you tell me. You obviously know what the hell is going on here. it's insane. And it doesn't seem like he's just gone through regeneration. He seems to be wearing like the same shirt and tie as David Tennant's 14th Doctor, but it doesn't seem torn like it's gone through regeneration. It doesn't look like the 11th Doctor in the 10th Doctor's costume or the 13th Doctor in the 12th Doctor's costume. Like, it doesn't seem torn and wrecked, like it's like someone else has forced their way into another person's body, like regeneration kind of looks like. It looks like he is literally just put on David Tennant's 14th Doctor costume, and it doesn't seem like, well, he's regenerated at all. And again, it doesn't seem like, tell me what the hell is going on here as regeneration energy. It seems like there is something happening, like he's seen David Tennant's 14th Doctor, or maybe with the darkish clouds in the sky, and since the Time Lord afterlife kind of has been revealed in Power of the Doctor, maybe this is where Ncuti is, and maybe he was supposed to be the 14th Doctor, but David Tennant was kind of forced in there by the Celestial Toymaker or the forced regeneration from Power of the Doctor, and he wasn't supposed to be there. Maybe this is incorporating Donna. The Celestial Toymaker is trying to push them back together to burn Donna's mind. I don't know, maybe to destroy the Doctor. Of course, one of his best friends being killed, and it being his fault, would take a massive toll on the 14th Doctor. And it's just amazing to see it. I don't know how Ncuti is going to factor into this episode, but it's amazing to see it. Let me know down in the comments below if you like this trailer. Also, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and Doctor Who returns in 2023 with 3 specials featuring David Tennant. So, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, I think I already said that, and share it out, and I will see you in the next one.